you by default made yourself a side chick and you didn't even know about it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's a Valentina vid. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're looking to see how I achieved this look, continue to watch. All right, y'all. Another edition of Get Ready. I know this was, I'm supposed to do this when I had the black hair in. Clearly, it's not black. So, yeah, bear with me. It's been a lot. So, FYI, disclaimer, I'm not an MUA. So, a lot of stuff that I do, I just literally that night when my friends called me, they're like, yeah, they had been told me about the little dinner party thing. And in my opinion, I thought, okay, I'm not gonna do the most. Until they told me where it was at, last minute I was like, okay, let me put some eyeshadow on, let me do something. Because my cousin, she went to an MUA to get her makeup done. I was like, oh, this is serious. So that's how I ended up doing my makeup the way that I did. And I'm trying to remember what I had used. So bear with me, y'all. I hate when that happens because sometimes it doesn't come out the way that you want it to come out. But we gonna work it out. We gonna work it out. So there was a lot of topic on my Instagram that people wanted. This is what they were sending me. Like, oh, I don't think I could see. So they wanted to know, they had a lot of, they liked my previous Get Ready With Me questionnaire that somebody had asked me to speak upon. So now they bombarded me with questions to answer. So we're gonna get to the part, let's see which one I should. They have traveling, dating, they have friendship, relationship, boundaries, family, investment, fashion. Ooh, that's a lot in one. And then we have another one where they're like how men don't give the women they stay with value, but give a side chick everything. That's good too. How to stay focused even when you think you're falling. Failing. That's a good one too. And then surgery, they had a surgery question, but that one I'm going to do it separately because I have to show all the stages of the faja. That one, I don't think it should be a makeup one. I think that one should just be solely for surgery. Finance management, I kind of indulged in a little bit of that, but let's get to the friendship, relationship, because I feel like all of that is into one. I think everybody who's in a relationship, mind you, at the end it says ship, should have boundaries. And one of my favorite sayings, and anybody who's been like a clear, really tight-knit friend with me would know that this is the type of friend that I am. And it says, be clear, a friend who holds you accountable is better than a friend who will sit by and silently watch your bad habits destroy you. Keep a real one around you always. I'm that type of friend. If I see that, which I get, a lot of people feel like they're that type of friend too, but I don't think so, because in my 20s, mind you, the set of friends that I have now are the set of friends that I had since I was a kid. Due to my, my mom coming from a different country, so a lot of her friends kids became my friends due to the part that they wanted to stay in a little tight-knit community. Because of course you're gonna stick around with people that you know. So a lot of my friends were my cousins or the neighborhood person who my mom knew and her mom knew too. So we just all grew up together. All of my friends are way older than me. well, I shouldn't say way older than me, but I would say like they give me like at least 5 years, 5 to 6 years in age. So I was always portrayed as the baby of the group. But I've seen through them what friendship can basically do. So number one, I was born and raised as an only child. So I take loyalty very, very serious. Like, I'm a type of person, I take it very serious because I feel like growing up, I only depended on myself. I remember the last time I did this, somebody had asked me what, I'm gonna try to say what I'm using at the same time as I'm doing the questionnaire. So this is the Anastasia Dip Brow. As you can tell, I use this a lot. I use medium brown. And then this is just an angle brush that I use. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new brush set because I only use foundation brushes, so I always have a new foundation brush set. But my eyebrows palette stuff, it's the same wrinkle. I think these things been here for like 15 years. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm so embarrassed, but it's all right. So I take loyalty to the utmost, and I feel like if I see my friend can strive from something that I strive from, I'm gonna put them on. But a lot of people, they don't see it like that, and they feel like that whatever they have is for them and them only. But when the person said friendship and boundaries, they didn't really they didn't really expand on what boundaries they're talking about. Boundaries as in going out boundaries, boundaries as in the person is all in my business, want to know what I'm doing, who I'm with, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Because I feel like everybody has a different category of friendship with people and a different degree of friendship with people. For example, like the person I work with, that's my work friend. My work friend, I indulge with them only on a work basis. Like this person, if we get to a point where I feel like, okay, you know, we're more than just a work friend and we go and grab drinks and stuff like that, then I consider you to be, I move you up in the ranks as an associate. Like, okay, it's more than just us just going to work together, or we're meeting, we're not meeting, but we're just only seeing each other basically at work. Y'all know I'm a nurse, so we work 12-hour shifts. So it's kind of easy for you to have a friend at your job that becomes more than just a friend that you work with. Y'all start to talk about things that is more than just patients. We usually don't even talk about the patients. We're not supposed to talk about the patients, but you know, we don't indulge in stuff like nursing stuff just stays in the nursing thing. Like, the only time you'll see us really indulge about a patient is if we need help about something, like, oh, I can't get an IV, I'm starting this medication, or I'm trying to give this patient blood and their IV just blew, can you go, and stuff like that. Because I don't want people to be like, oh, HIPAA, because you know how some people are. They be thinking they know everything and don't even be in the field, but swear they have their opinions. Anywho. So that, and then you have your day one friends. I had to learn in my 20s that your day one friends, they can't know everything about you. And it's okay. Like, I think people feel like the only way I could get close with somebody is if I tell them everything about me. But in reality, I messed up right here, but it's okay because I cleaned it up. But in reality, the person doesn't have to know everything about you, because that's when judgment come into play. And what you might want to get help with in one category, in the long run, that same category could come back up again when y'all get into an argument. Because one thing for sure about friendship, when it comes to low blows, they try to, and I know people be like, well, that's not your friend. Every relationship has an argument. I don't care who, what, where, what you classify the person with. Even the person that you work with, you're gonna get into an argument with, because it's a relationship. It's bound to happen. I don't care how much you could say, oh, my bestie this, my bestie that. One day your bestie gonna tell you something that you just don't like, and then you're going to come back with a rebuttal of something that you know is gonna hurt her or dig into him or her. And that's what you're gonna say or do. So that's why I say with the boundary thing, she didn't really tell me specifically what type of boundaries. If it's like, oh, she's all in my money business, or if it's oh, she's on to something and she's not putting me on to it. For me, I put my friends on to every and anything that I see that they can do. I have a lot of nursing friends, so for the traveling thing, if I see one place is giving more money than the other, I'm gonna give you the heads up, like, hey, come over here. Or I'll say, hey, I'm calling into this agency, do you want to come with me? That's how I maneuver, because I feel like no matter what, what's for you will always be for you. I know people be like, oh no, like that person might get ahead of me, but then I don't consider that to be a friend, because what kind of friend would sit there and determine, you know, that my friend might surpass me? In my opinion, I think everybody should win. Like, why in a group of friends is only one person that's winning and the other people are just looking at the person winning? It just, to me, it just doesn't make sense. To me, I wouldn't consider that person to be like my road dog. I feel like that person just wants me to stay there and watch them glow up and brag while I'm sitting here just looking. Like, I know everybody has their own ways in life and their own journeys in life, but I get it. Some people might say, well, you're not supposed to depend on your friend financially. I'm not saying depend on your friend financially, but I'm saying if I see that my friend is good at hosting parties, I'm gonna be like, you need to go ahead and just start hosting parties. Like, that's your niche. Or if I see like my friend has like a niche for something, or okay, like for example, it's so hard because she didn't really tell me the boundaries. That's why I'm trying to basically pull teeth and determine what she's trying to say. But I think, to sum it all up, if you have to question a friendship or feel like you need boundaries in the friendship, you just need to just put the boundaries there. I would first say to speak to the person and tell the person how you feel, because I remember in my 20s, I was always that friend, like, I would hear you out. You could be on the phone for 3 hours with me and I'll sit there for the 3 hours and literally listen to you talk about what you needed to talk to relieve yourself, or like to get opinion from somebody else. I'll sit there and I talk, and I came to the conclusion, like, the person that I was sitting on the phone with for 3 hours, talking to them, that person never one day called me to say, hey, how are you doing? Or how are you and the kids doing? Like, how are you managing? I think at that time I was in school too. Like, how are you managing going to school full time, being a full-time mom, working full time? Even though we work 3 days, that's still considered to be full time. So, never asked me that. But I had to learn for myself that nobody's gonna look out for you more than you look out for yourself. So if you feel like that friend is always calling you, always trying to make you feel like you're Oprah to them and you're not getting the compensation, not meaning money from the person, but just because a relationship, it's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. Just like you're going through something, somebody else is going through that same thing too. So, or it might be something different that they want to talk to you about. I'm using the Too Faced sand. This is what I use to do my eyebrows. So I'm like, it's just different. It all depends on what you need. Everybody has a need in life. You cannot sit here and think just because the person is so well put together, have a husband or have a great career, and is, because not everybody who has a husband is out here struggling. I mean, not everybody who don't have a husband, sorry, I had to think about what I'm saying. I'm trying to do this at the same time and think about what I'm saying. Not everybody that don't have a husband is out here struggling like that. So you could feel like, okay, this person has it all. Like, they have the career, they have the husband, they have the kids, they have the big house. Like, my problems wouldn't be a problem for her because she has somebody at home that she could talk to. She has somebody that she could just be like, turn over in the bed and just be like, this is what's going on in my life. I need help with this, this. But sometimes that person who is married, they need somebody to talk to too that's not their husband. That's what I'm trying to come to you about. Like, sometimes people seek people to help them because they feel like, oh, the person doesn't need me in the long run because they have everything put together. But truth be told, research shows that a lot of people who look like they're well put together, don't need help, they're the person who's really depressed. They're the person that nobody checks upon because they feel like, oh, they're not, because I used to be like that. I used to be the person who don't complain because I know I just have to get things done. Like, everybody's like, oh, you have everything well put together, this, that. But deep down inside, at a point of time, I was like hitting rock bottom because I felt like everything was just caving in on me. Like, if I don't do this, then this is gonna happen. Like a domino effect is gonna happen. So that's why I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how she meant boundaries, because it's a lot of boundaries that she's not really telling me. So this is the palette that I'm using. Y'all, I did not get this palette. My boyfriend got me something from, what was the thing called? What? BoxyCharm? Yeah. Oh. He decided, I guess he saw that I like makeup, and I went, because not try to divert from what I was saying, but he seen that I like makeup, and we went to Sephora one day, and I think my makeup total came up to like $200 or $300, and he was like, I'm never buying this for you, like, don't even ask me, because I think the bag was like so little. I think I had like 3 or 4 products. But I had to tell him, honey, when you see all them girls all in them videos, and when you go to the strip club and you see all them girls looking fine and dandy, honey, it costs. It's not cheap. So I mix it with Public Eye and Dazzle Night. Yeah, it's called Dazzle Night, because I didn't want the red to show like how it's showing right now. So that's why I kind of like blend it out a little bit more, so it didn't show the way that it doesn't show like that red. Yeah, so this came in the BoxyCharm, and I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just use it. When I swipe this, I literally swipe it like window wipers, and I don't push down, and then I tap some of the product off, because for some reason this one is really pigmented. So yeah, so that's why I'm trying to she didn't really give me what I needed to answer her question. Hopefully that did answer her question, because I know when it comes to relationships and friendship, it's like, it's hard. And I know like some people be like, but you with this boy and the boy put you through hell. He didn't even attend your birthday party. He didn't even do this. He didn't even do that. But me, I do this one thing to you and you already cutting me off. Well, that's another topic of itself with friends. You have to determine if your friend is a boy crazy friend. Because if your friend is boy crazy, 9 out of 10, you will never be, she will always take her man back for every and anything that he does to her compared to what you do to her. It's just a boy crazy thing. That's why I said, you know, you have to really determine at your age, which I feel like everybody just goes through it. It's just same thing like when you have a guy who gives you the red flags of a different guy. You know, like, okay, he's really not that guy for me because my previous guy was saying the same thing that he's saying or doing the same thing. You kind of tend to figure out like, you know, this person is really not going to be right for me. I extended all the way out here, but I'm a clean, y'all will see how it would, I will clean it out. I feel like, yeah. So it all depends. That's why I'm like, if you have to question it, you already know. For me, that's how I learned a lot of my traits. Well, not traits, but a lot of my, okay, I just need to be done with this person. Because if I have to question it, I just know it's not good for my soul. It's just not good for my soul. So that was that. Because the friendship thing is just, oh, Jesus, I don't even know. It's hard. It doesn't matter what age you're in when it comes to friendship. It's just, I don't know. It's just hard. Good luck. It's just hard. You just have to put your foot down. That's what I'm just gonna say. You just gonna have to put your foot down to determine like what you're willing to put up with and what you can't. And if it's something that you feel like you can't, you just, I'm sorry to tell you, friend, you just gotta let that friend go. That friend ain't your friend. Yeah, we just don't leave it like that. So I went in the black, I think it's called Exposure. And then I don't even know what this brush is. Mind you, I told you I'm not an MUA. I just know how to do my face. So I just took it and I just pat it because this is really, you don't have to do the most with this palette. And then I know some people, they're like, they have a hooded eye, so they're unable to do this part because their eye folds down. I just slightly just close one eye while I do the other eye, basically. And then the next one was, what was the other one? Dating. Jeez Louise. Y'all, if I tell you my dating stories, y'all be like, what the? I've done it all. I've done long distance relationships. I've done the guy with money, the guy without money, the street guy, the professional guy. When it comes to dating, for me, I would say you have to date with a goal. And just because you have a goal, that does not mean that that's the same goal as that person. I know when you first meet somebody, you don't want to act like you want to get married the next night. I get it. But you yourself, you should also have what they call, you know, some questions or standard questions to ask the person that you see is cute. And that's another thing that I had to realize too when I got to a certain age. I didn't mean to put it in the corner of my eye like that, but we'll fix it. That's what I figured out too at a certain age. We limit ourselves because we depend on looks. Looks, a guy, which I understand, like, you have to get turned on by the person for you to probably sleep with the person or for you to engage in certain things with the person. I get that. But sometimes that look factor is what's holding a lot of people back. Now, I done dated some ugly people too. Y'all have to realize too, with dating, everything has a stipulation. When dating an ugly guy, I'm not even gonna lie to you, you kind of give them that confidence that they could talk to anybody, because they feel like, damn, she's pretty and I bagged her. That means that I could go ahead and bag the next pretty girl. Now you done open his or her mind frame up to like, oh, if I could get this person, I could get that person too. So that's why I'm like, be mindful with the certain stuff that you do, because sometimes with certain people that you talk to, because sometimes you feel like you're the one getting played too. Because you're like, hold up. I know I did not just stoop down and talk to this ugly person and now they playing me. Like, what? Where they do that at? Right there. Because you gave them that Some people when they date people, they date them to boost up their ego. They don't date them just because, oh, you know, that's just who I want to date. Some people, that's just how they are. So you have to have a lot of little thought process. I know dating should be fun. That's why I have to tell you, like, things with dating. Dating can be fun, but you have to make it fun. So if you're going in there with the intention of, oh, I'm at this age, I need to get married now, it's not going to be fun. And you're going to feel like somebody's playing you. But in actuality, you're throwing things at the person to make the person feel like, my time is ticking, I need to be engaged by tomorrow. And the person is just going to be like, this person, they're too rush. But for me, I feel like in the Black community, we don't date to marry. We date to be living girlfriends or show me that you're a wife. That's how I feel like. I feel like in the Caucasian lifestyle, they date to marry. And that's why a lot of them are married before they're even 25, or they get out of college and 9 out of 10 at their graduation, their significant other is proposing to them, because they date to get married. And another thing is the dating pool. I get it. People be like, the dating pool sucks, the dating pool this, the dating pool that. But a lot of times it happens like that. Child, I went a little bit too much over here, but it's all right. A lot of times it happens like that because of where we're at in life. You remember when I said, I don't think I spoke about this on my last vlog, but when I was attending Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, also known as FAMU in Tallahassee, in our orientation, one of the spokesperson that was speaking to us to orientate us or to welcome us to FAMU, they straight up told us, like, this is where you meet your husband, this is where you meet your wife. Like, y'all don't let this opportunity go, because y'all have that same goal, that same path. Y'all trying to get a degree. They're not telling you, oh, this is what I use for for my primer. It's not focusing. I'm not telling you, like, they weren't telling us, like, you know, your sole purpose out here is to get a degree and to get married. They're just telling you it's a lot easier if you do it this way, because then when you go back home, you might see the same set of people that you left when you went away for college, and they're doing absolutely nothing. So now that you're starting to date, they're going to be a part of that dating pool too, because that's the environment that you're dating. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all, as I'm looking down, that's because I'm looking down at this to apply this stuff. Why do I feel like I did something different and I'm not doing it? I don't know what it is, but see, that's what I mean by I should have just did it that night. We're gonna fix all that. So, for me, when it came to dating, it was kind of hard because a lot of the people that was interested in me, they themselves were in relationships. And that's another thing that people have to get out their mind too. When you're dating, 9 out of 10, the person is probably involved with somebody else. It's very random that you will meet somebody who's actually single. This is the damn foundation. Woke up like this. Yeah. I'm like, why is that looking like, you know what? Probably that's what I should have did, was use this primer. I mix primers, so it really don't matter. But anywho, like I was saying, a lot of people that you're dating, they're probably 9 out of 10 not single themselves. When I was dating, this is the little tidbit that I did when I first met somebody, because they will lie and they'll say, I'm single. Like, boyfriend and girlfriend thing doesn't bother me. Like, it bothers me. Like, I'm still not gonna talk to you if you have a girlfriend. That's for damn sure. I'm not doing that, because I'm not gonna put myself in no competition with no woman at all, because I know who I am. I'd rather you win the guy to think that you really won, but deep down inside, for me, I feel like it's not a win, because if your man is out here talking to other females and doing all of this and acting like he's single, what kind of prize do you have? You don't even have a prize. So for me, she might think, oh yeah, you know, I'm that bitch because I got my man back, this. But in actuality, girl, what did you really get back? But when I was dating, this is what I would do. I would literally be at the table, because you know, y'all gonna, okay, we left off at because of course my camera died. Oh, now I remember. I was saying that when you're dating people, 9 out of 10, the person is probably not single. That's the one thing that people have to put in their mind. And for me, when I go on a date, I know the date is just gonna consist of, you know, your little stupid questions like, what's your favorite color and what do you like to do for fun and stuff like that. Well, that is when I get the opportunity to ask them, you know, when's their birthday. So I'm gonna give y'all a little tip on what I do. So I ask them like, hey, what's your birthday? And they'll say like September 24th. And I don't care what the birthday is. I personally will say like, oh, for real? Oh my gosh, I know you lying, because my grandmother or grandfather birthday or my cousin birthday is September 24th. And you just simply be like, oh my gosh, for real? Let me see your driver's license, because I don't believe you. Baby, when you ask for that driver's license, you're not asking because you want to correct their birthday. You asking because you want to see the correct spelling of his name. Yes, hunty. And I'm gonna tell y'all why, because y'all gonna think that I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. So when I do that, I look at the correct spelling of their name, and when I get home, I go on the Court and Kurt and look up any marriage certificate, because I will not tell you how many times I've done this and I caught somebody being married. I don't even want to tell you. And it's so crazy because even, this is just sidebar stuff, even when I did my NP rotation and I did my OBGYN, baby, you know who was the most coming to the office, getting STD screenings and coming back positive? Married people and people who was in a so-called monogamous relationship. Them little single girls, they were just coming in there just to make sure that they got their pap smear done, and they're out there. They stuff came back negative, because you know, when you have a negative pap, they don't call you. But when you have a positive pap, we have to call you and tell you, hey, we just sent you some azithromycin at your pharmacy to go pick it up and start it, and have your partner tested before y'all engage back in sex again. Yes, that's what I do, because you'll be shocked and surprised how many people lie about their age, lie about their status, lie about their name. So that's what I'm telling you. Dating nowadays, it's not all about, you know, oh yeah, I need to meet somebody. Sometimes meeting a person is not the problem. The problem is this person who's sitting across from you at this table telling you the truth? That's what the problem is. Because at the end of the day, you might be thinking that you find yourself a catch, and this whole man, when he leaves, is going home to his whole wife. And now you by default made yourself a side chick and you didn't even know about it. You literally made yourself a side chick and you did not even know about it. Girlfriends, you can't look up any documents about a girlfriend. That's something that you just can't do. So that, I'm not telling you to be Inspector Gadget and trying to find things out, because then you'll try to look a little bit crazy. But for me, I feel like, you know, married people need to stay in their married category. Like, don't be around here married and you dating, and they date, and I don't care what anybody say, they be dating, okay? They go on a full-fledged date. That was my little rundown tidbit when I would go on my first date. And then before all of that occurs, you need to find out who you are yourself, because you never want somebody that you've never met and you decided to get in a relationship with this person determine who you are. Because once they feel like, oh, okay, relationship to her is up here, who she is up here, it's over. In the beginning, it's gonna be sweet, it's gonna be loving, because that's the puppy phase, that's the honeymoon phase. You just trying to figure out the person out. Clearly the person caught your eye to the point where you exchange numbers, y'all going out to eat, y'all doing all this other stuff. So that's not the problem. Now you trying to figure out, okay, he took me out, we going out on a date again, so okay, he liked me. I have to put this down. It's lifting, because you know I have all this, even my edges, as you could tell right here, like my edges touch my eyebrow, so it's hard for me to put these type of stuff on my head, but it's crazy. Okay, so if like when I was 28, because I had my second son at 27. At 28, I decided, okay, I'm gonna be celibate. I don't want to deal with this no more. I need to find who I am. That's when I started going back to school, and because I got comfortable with who I was. Like, I'm like, okay, I clock in, I pay my bills, I go on vacation, I get my hair done, I work out. That's just me. That's what I do. And then slowly but surely I realized, okay, I'm dating, but what am I dating for? Because I know for me, I know when I was younger, yes, I had that mind frame of, oh, I'm gonna be somebody's wife, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. Now that I've been engaged probably like 3 times, and I've never walked down the aisle, because Lord would have known I would have been making the biggest mistake ever, all 3 times. So I had to figure out who I was, because I've come to realize when I was dating and the guy kind of figured me out, he would try to pinpoint stuff. And this is what I mean by, you have to see these red flags for who these men are. So for instance, this one dude that I was talking to, he out of the blue, nowhere, I'm getting dressed. This is like, you know, when you FaceTime with somebody and you getting dressed and you getting ready to go out with your homegirls and stuff like that. He straight up was like, oh, you're fat. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, I'm fat? I was like, my DM don't tell me that I'm fat, because if you feel like I'm fat, just let me go, baby, because I could go ahead and talk to somebody else. I don't got time for you. Baby, when I tell you, his whole demeanor changed. He's like, man, you know I'm just playing. I'm just joking. You're not fat. No, you weren't joking, sir. Because what you thought you were going to do was lower my self-esteem so I don't go out with my homegirls, or call my homegirls and be like, you know, I don't have nothing to wear. Just because you said that I look fat. No, baby. Guess what the fuck I'm going to do? Go out. I'm gonna go out. Because that's another thing. When guys are not secure in themselves, they will try to put their insecurity on you so you don't do what you want to do. And this is another thing about dating, that dating / being in a relationship, that a lot of women have to realize. You have to balance your life. You cannot make his life your life. A lot of women like to do that, and you get lost in transition, because let me tell you something a guy would never do. He would never sit in the house with you and tell his homeboy, nah, I'm just chilling with my old girl. Like, you know, he might do it on Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday, best believe it, he wants to go play basketball. He wants to socialize with his homeboys. He wants to do homeboy activities. So when he comes home, he's gonna miss you. But us ladies, some of us, we tend to, oh, I'm in a relationship, it's all about him. I'm gonna stay home and act like a housewife. Honey, you don't even have a ring on your finger, and you over here acting like a wife. Like, keyword, acting like a wife. Like, excuse me? No. You need to still engage in stuff that you were still doing. If you were going out with your girls for happy hour, you need to still engage in going out with your homegirls for happy hour. I'm gonna use their concealer, but I use 2 concealers, and I'll show you why. So this one, what's called Fuck I'm Fabulous. So it's like close. It's close to the other one, but I'm gonna show you why I use 2 concealers, because it brightens where I really need it to brighten. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. So we over here, some females over here, some females over here will go ahead and let the guy consume them. Mind you, before you met this man, you had a whole life. You were doing your own thing. You were succeeding. You were you know, socializing. Now you're home getting teed off because he doesn't want to be home with you. Because he feels like, okay, I spent some quality time with you. Now, let me spend some quality time with myself. Because one thing a guy is going to do, they're going to put themselves first. Because I've never seen a guy break up with a female, or a female deciding that they no longer want to be in a relationship, and I don't see the guy venturing back to find their friends to say, hey, what's up? Long time no hear. Like, cause you know, nobody gonna come up to you and be like, yeah, I want to be back friends again because I broke up with my man and now I have nobody to talk to, nobody to hang out with. So yeah, I'm calling you because I want to be back your friend again. Nobody does that. But everybody peeps the game.
Like, kind of always, oh, my man. Bitch, your man left you for dead, hoe.
Now that you and your man going through it, now you want to go out for drinks. Oh, now that you and your man going through it, you want to go clubbing because you trying to meet somebody else. We get it, sis. But guess what? That's when that friend gonna be like, oh, you know what? I'm busy. And they not busy. They just don't want to be that friend. Like, okay, when the next one come around, she gonna be ghost gone again too. So me and my little, mind you, I told y'all, whenever I do my makeup, my nose tends to do that. So me and my homegirl, who I've been hanging out with when you was cuckoo crazy about your dude, and your dude was running you through the wall, but you felt like, you know, he's my world, my everything. And ain't no problem with being your world, your whole world and everything. Ain't nothing wrong about that. But baby, when the time comes, when this man wants to leave, because that's another thing us ladies don't have it down pack. And I don't care if you sit here and you be like, I'm a baddie, I run these guys. Please, all them red flags that the men be showing you, y'all still stay. That's another reason why I say y'all have to find yourself before y'all start dating. Because all them red flags that this man is waving, and you over here thinking you on a roller coaster ride. It's a problem. Now you see yourself with this same old problem, a whole 4-5 years later, and you're like, damn, I just wasted 4-5 years of my life. Like, I cannot believe it. I can't believe, like, I literally, and it's the same old stuff. Then you see your other friends, they, you know, told you, like, I don't think such and such is for me because he's giving me these signs, girl. I just gotta dip. I'm just gonna leave him. I think I could do better. And they go in the dating pool, and now it's successful for them because they just met somebody a year ago, and now on their 1-year anniversary, the person is proposing. Now you like, oh, I see it worked out for her. Let me go ahead and run, and let me go ahead and leave him, and let me start dating. See, this is where you start dating, and you're dating because you want to get married. Now you all about so on the first date, so do you see yourself getting married? Do you see yourself this? Do you see yourself that? Then on the second date, why you not saying like I'm your girlfriend and stuff? Like, it's only the second date. That's why I'm like, you have to find yourself when you're dating. For me, I never get the opportunity to date. I know you probably like, oh, this bitch got a big head. Oh, she thinks she is. No, honey. I'm telling you the God honest truth. I don't get the opportunity to date. Because everybody that I date, they automatically, by a week of us knowing each other, they be like, you're my girl. You ain't going nowhere. We sticking this out. And I'm like, what? Nah. Every time I try to like just be in, the only time I was like able to date and really like get the feel of dating and having fun, I think that was when I was celibate. And I lied about that too, because when I was celibate, I decided I've always go on girls trip. And then I going on so many girls trips and stuff like that. My birthday's around Memorial Day. So I always make my Memorial trip as my birthday trip. And this is how I ended up being in a long distance relationship. I ended up meeting this guy, which I'm going to do that for a story time. I ended up meeting this guy and he lived in DC, and we just started talking and hanging out. And I have to tell y'all the story because the story is hilarious. But long story short, I caught myself flying in and out of DC to go see this boy. He coming to see me. We doing this back and forth thing. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you would never know what's out there if you don't put yourself out there. But when you're putting yourself out there too, you also have to put yourself out there with a mind frame of, who am I? Like, what am I going to tolerate? What I'm not going to tolerate? Because your friend who skipped out on your birthday, but probably came late to your birthday party, you're gonna go ham on her. You're gonna, oh, you're not a real friend. Like, I've been told you about my party. You coming on late and stuff and this. But the dude who didn't even think about putting your birthday dinner together, didn't even show up, you're giving them another chance. That's why I'm saying, like, all of that comes into play. Friendship, dating, all of that, relationships, all the they all are one. So we got down to finding out if he's married by my little tricks and tips, finding who we are before we go out here trying to date people and not allowing them to have us have low self-esteem, that when we first met them, we didn't even have low self-esteem. We conquered, you know, being able to balance being in a relationship, being who you were before you met this man and sticking to it and not letting this man consume you. Now, the other thing that I have to talk about dating is telling the guy what your ex did to you. If I could tell you, and I don't mean it in a hard way, I don't mean it like in a mean way. I said hard way. I meant to say mean way. These guys don't give a what your ex did to you, okay? I'm just telling you the truth. They do not care. All that's setting them up to realize is, and I'm not even saying for a man, but I'm just saying a guy, that it's just telling them, okay, you allow somebody to treat you like that for that long, so I can treat you like that too, and you're going to stay for that long. So when you sit here, you tell them, oh, John cheated with me with 5 different girls, and then he told me that he wasn't gonna do it no more, and we was splitting the bills 50-50. Now I'm not trying to split no bill 50-50. Like, in his mind, he gonna be like, oh, okay, oh wow, because it's only two things that's gonna come about it. He's either gonna be like, oh, okay, that's not me, which they usually say, oh, I'm not gonna treat you like that. Or he gonna be like, I don't think she really over her ex, like, so I'm not really gonna take her, you know, serious like that, because the way that she talking as if, you know, like she still miss it, or she still, because if you're meeting somebody new, what's the point of you telling them about your past relationship? All of that should be burned. Like, you're driving, but the road is this way, but you're looking like this and you're driving. Honey, you finna crash and burn. You're going to crash and burn. It just doesn't make any sense. They don't care. Ladies, stop telling these guys what your ex did, and then 4-5 months down the line, you realizing he doing the same thing that your ex did. Yes, because you gave him the road path of, this is how I can be treated and I'll still stay. When all you have to do is just show that you're not the one to get mistreated like that, and hold them accountable. That one man that's sitting across the desk or sitting across the table from you, he is not the only man. That's what I mean by you have to find yourself. When you're comfortable with being by yourself, you will have a different view of somebody. You would definitely have like that fog or that cloud just separate, and you will see people for who they really are. But when you don't find yourself and you're not comfortable with being single, that being single be having a lot of people in the chokehold. That being single have a lot of people in situations that they wouldn't even want to be in, but because they're so terrified of being single, especially on days like Valentine's Day, and then now they got this whole Christmas pajama thing going on. Everybody want to wear the same pajamas and all this other. I get it. You want to show for social media that you're so in love, you're deeply in love. Anybody that you know of, it's this current relationship that I actually post somebody, and I don't even post them on my timeline, honey. I'll be posting it in my stories, because everybody that knows me knows I don't even let a fingernail of my partner be in my story. I remember one of my homegirls, she was telling her boyfriend, I think it was her boyfriend at the time, because they're married now, and she was telling, I don't remember what it was. Somebody from his group of friends wanted to talk to me, and she was like, oh, she's taken. And her boyfriend was like, but she don't be posting nothing. She don't be saying nothing on social media. I thought she was single. Baby, I never. Anybody that knows me knows I never post a guy. Because let me tell you something. When I want to take my L, I want to take my L in silence. This is not my husband. This is not my husband. Like, and I had to learn, because in my community, I feel like we make boyfriend and girlfriend relationships into marriage relationships. Like the whole moving in together, the whole, this right here, baby, I had moved in with somebody prior to him, and I said never again. I like my freedom of being able, you got your spot, I got my spot, and that's that. I don't have nothing to prove to you to think that I'm a wife. I'm not proving to you that I'm a wife, because when I was born, I wasn't born to be a wife. I wasn't born to be a mother. I was born, My parents decided to call me Valentia. I was born as a female named Valentia. I was not born as, oh, this is the new wife. Like when they hold up a newborn, they don't say this is the wife, this is the husband. No. So for you to sit here and be like, oh, you got to show me your qualifications of being a wife. Baby, what? No. No, I don't. Who said I had to do that? No, I don't. Oh, I don't even think I told y'all. This is Rihanna Truffle that I use, Fenty Beauty, to contour. But no, I don't. Because we get in this, oh, I gotta prove to him I'm a wife. Let me cook. Oh, let me make life easy for him. I'm not saying like be mean to the guy. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, because a lot of females be like, oh, you know, let's do 50-50 with the bills and then get married and then get mad because they still have to do 50-50. Well, my dear, that's how you geared him to. You cannot sit here and be like, oh, in the relationship as a boyfriend or girlfriend, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make you pay half my bills and I pay half the bills, and then all of a sudden we get married. Oh, now I want you to pay all the bills. Girl, that man has every right to be mad because that's not, you didn't present it like that. You can't change somebody just like, guys, they can't. It's hard for them to change in 2.5 seconds. It's the same thing like the girls that would sit here and be like, oh, me and my man has threesomes, this, that. And now that she got the threesome out of her system, now she wants him to get this threesome out of his system too. Guys not like that. They're gonna continue to want that threesome. Like, that's what I mean by you have to find yourself in who you are before you get into these relationships and before you start dating, because you will lose yourself. And when you lose yourself and when it's time for you to pick yourself back up, you're gonna feel like you're in a dark room all by yourself. And when you're in that dark room all by yourself, guess what you're gonna do next? You're gonna go straight back to him again, because you're gonna feel like, oh, I'm so isolated. I don't have nobody to talk to. All my friends that I thought were my friends, they left me. They're not accepting me. Nobody's like agreeing to the fact that, you know, I was in a relationship and now I'm out of the relationship. It's not that. It's just that people feel like you're only hanging out with them, checking on them because your man decided to go left on you. And they have every right to feel like, I don't want to hang out with her because once her and her man get back good again, she gonna go ghost on us again. So she'll be all right. And that's another thing about boundaries with friendships. That's why I mean, like the previous girl, like the girl who sent me the question about the friendship with boundary stuff, like it's certain things that come into play that they all tie together. Like they all tie together. That's what I was trying to say. She didn't really pinpoint what she was really trying to say at the point. But for us ladies, I really truly deep down inside, I'm gonna put my lashes on and then let this set. And then while I let that set, I'm gonna put some black. This glue is because I keep on scraping it from the top. Not scraping it, but wiping the excess glue off. So now it's starting to get really tight. But yeah, so that's what I mean by that dating world for us black ladies is different. We gotta jump hoops, ladders. We already know who we are. We're successful, and I don't mean successful by in just degrees. It's ladies out here with businesses. It's ladies out here doing the damn thing, but they feel like it's so hard for them to find somebody that is up to their caliber. and then they end up feeling like, oh, I'm settling, because once it's time to have, once it comes around for an argument, this man is belittling her. This man is, when she's the whole house, the table, the chair, and everything else. So that's why I mean by the dating world is different from us, and we really have to be careful, because I know I'm not a man hater. I love men. Like, I love men. I never pass judgment on one man that I dated and put that same type of judgment on another man. I peep it out for myself, but now that I'm older, I'm not going to let red flags convince me that they're not red flags and they're just Six Flags, and I'm on a roller coaster ride and I'm just having good times, and then when it goes really down, I'm having such a horrible time. My stomach, my heart now is in my stomach. I can't sleep, I can't eat, because this person is talking down on me, or this person is making me feel like I'm not enough for them. So that's what I was trying to get at and say when it comes to dating. Dating is, oh, jeez. I just wish, and it's so crazy because I was watching this show where this girl was basically saying that she knew that she wanted her husband to be a college graduate with a degree, but she knew that she did not want to go to college. So what she would do is, her hometown had a college, and she would go on campus and just chill on campus and meet guys. And now she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's a wife. So that's what I mean by, everybody has their little thing that they see that they feel like, okay, you know what, this fits me in this category, and that's what I'm gonna strive for. So that's why I'm like, on these dates, you have to be really be aware of who you are and what you really want. Because the one slight U-turn, or the one slight right turn or left turn, it can make you turn into somebody who you really not even that person. So y'all see how like I extended this out, but now it's like, that's why I said like, I'm not an MUA. A lot of stuff that I do, I can fix it by simply with the concealer. I'm not an MUA. So it's just like a little. Okay, so let me use because what I use to dust this off is oh, that's not the brush, it's my little tape, yeah, this brush. And then the powder that I use is the Laura Mercier powder, and this is in color Translucent Honey. I usually get the lighter one, but I stopped using it because I felt like it was just a little too light. And then I get like from MAC, it's called C6 Studio Fix powder, and that's what I use to brush the excess off. I know some people, they do the little contour on the nose. For me, I have to be careful with that because my nose is not that big. So if I go overboard with it, I tend to have what they call a nose that's not there. And that's not what I want. Especially in pictures, because it looks, certain stuff that I do, it kind of makes me look, and I had to learn my face, because that's another thing that I had to do too. I had to learn my face. And when you do your makeup, yeah, my nose is running. I am so sorry. It happens all the time when I do my makeup. I don't know what it is. I never get it checked out. Let me go get a tissue. Wait 1 second. Yes. So now I got my tissue, y'all. This, I don't know why, but it happens like that all the time. And at first I thought it was my makeup. Even when I go get my makeup done, the same thing happens too. So I think I'm just allergic to makeup. Who knows? I'm allergic to every damn thing. At this point, it's just embarrassing. So we did that. Looks cute. So now what I'm gonna do is I thought I had grabbed it, but I guess I didn't grab it. I grabbed the other one, but it's all right. Oh, and you want to know what else is a good mascara too? This Dior mascara, baby. When I tell you, your lashes will be like, y'all know I don't have no lashes, so y'all don't come for me. Take some black eyeliner. Oh, it's not working. And that's the only black one that I have. And I don't want to put the eyeshadow, because what you can do too is you can take the black eyeshadow and tightrope it underneath your eye too. I got it to work, but I now think it's gonna be a little too damn much. Let me see if I could. I'll tell you, this is ghetto. Cause my other one, it broke and I never replaced it because I usually don't. See? And this one broke just like the other one broke too. Did it break? It surely damn did break. Cause these funky dunky ones is the ones that you can't sharpen, and they're the most expensive ones. That's why I should have just got my little dollar one that I usually. So I guess we're gonna have one tight line and one not tight line. Baby, this is ghetto. Eyes is going to be bloodshot red. But it's all right. Where's the, not that one, I need the, because you could do it like this too. But the reason why I hate this way is because it makes my eyes so watery, but it's all right. So I just took a little bit of black eyeshadow and you just smudge it with this type of brush. I don't know what these brushes are called, but matte. I'm not anyway. So we got that. And then I love this little, I have all types of different brushes. So I take like this little tapered brush, and then they have like a little, I think it was Focused I used, and I just roll it and just tap it, and then I just did this little corner piece right here like this. And I think this color looks really nice too. What is it called? Limelight. I think that's a pretty color too. I'm gonna start just playing with these things. I think once you start playing with them, then they just, so a little shimmy, and then so now I'm gonna take the Dior eyeshadow mascara. I'm so sorry, y'all. And I'm just gonna do my bottom lashes. Alrighty, so we got that. And then I like to take, what color is this? This is Dark by MAC. And I take a big fluffy brush. And I just set everything with this very fluffy brush. I don't know why I did my voice so deep like that. What the hell was that? I don't know. But do that. I hope I answered all y'all questions. Oh, the little topic. Please comment down below. This is from NARS. It's called Jubilation. Jubilation? Yeah. Please comment down below if y'all have any input on friendship, relationships, dating, trying to, you know, I'm not married, so I'm not giving any married advice. The only thing I have to say about being married, like, I'm not speaking for all the wives out there, but there are certain people that I feel like they are married, but they're more of a single mother than I was. Like, I don't know, like that title thing, in my opinion, I feel like, oh, I'm lining my lips up with NYX, well, NYX. It's called Brown Bun. Maybe I shouldn't talk and line my lips at the same time. There come my nose again. Just because I thought that's stupid. So we get into the lips now. So I line them up with brown. But yes, I feel like more single, more married women, when they tell me like, this is a matte lipstick and its coloring is called Sugar. I've been using them for years. You know what year thing? Because I realized with all of these fancy lipsticks, and I think it's, oh shoot, did I really do that? And I think it's from a black owned business too, if I'm not mistaken. I've been with them for years. I've been using Color Rain for years. I love them. So we have that, and then you just keep on blotting your lips together, because that's not the only one that I use. And then I went on top of it with my YSL. What's this color? I think
What?
Topage. Yeah.
What? I told you I was cooking. I don't know what to send to me.
Hey, can you get out my video, please? I just can't. He trying to come in here and show off because he cooked and almost. When I walked out there to go get that tissue, that's why I had to stop this. Smoky, like smoky. Anywho, I had to help him out a little bit. I don't know what he think he was, Chef Boyardee, but he definitely not that. Definitely not Chef Boyardee. So that's how I achieved my little lip combo that I had did. And that was it. But yeah, like I was saying, like I feel like because one thing about us ladies, when I was doing the traveling nurse thing, because I'm not from the area that they're from, they felt like a little bit more comfortable with telling me certain things. And a lot of them that were married were complaining about the same thing. Like they feel like they have to do everything in the relationship, like as a wife, like get the kids ready for school, make breakfast, do this. And I'm like, because their question for me was, how do you travel and you have kids? And I had to tell them straight up, baby, it take an egg and a sperm to make a kid. So half my dealings, their dad can deal with them for a little bit of period of time. It's nothing wrong with that. It does not take away from you being a mother. It's not like I'm telling him, okay, watch your kids and I'm gonna go party. No, I went to go work. Like, there's a difference. Because I know a lot of girls were, well, I shouldn't say girls, I should say women, were hitting me up in my DM like, oh my God, I really want to make this money. I really want to make this money, but my husband don't want me to make it. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, my husband don't want me to come out here and travel. Girl, I'm over here like, does your husband realize that this money is good for both of y'all households? Like, for you and him and the kids? And like, I don't understand. And then on top of that, you're doing all of these but in my opinion, I was like, I feel like they don't have that responsibility of taking care of the kid. Like, it's one thing to financially provide for a kid, and it's another thing to physically take care of that physical part. Baby, I'd rather throw the money like it ain't nothing than to do the physical part, because the physical part outweighs just make sure the bills paid, make sure the kids daycare paid, here. But you physically toting the kid, making sure the kid brush their teeth, making sure the kid do their homework, that is tedious thing. And I feel like, in my opinion, guys don't have the time to do that tedious stuff. So when they see like the woman is gonna go away for work, or let me go for a girl's vacation, or let me go and find me some me time for like 3 days, they go crazy. They don't know what to do. For me, with my youngest, his dad, I wasn't playing the radio with him, but I didn't even have to tell him. He just knew, okay, I want to be that type of dad. Even though we were in the household for a little bit of period of time together, but after that, he was still doing the same thing. But for you to be in the same household with your significant other, husband, boyfriend, and you're doing all of the work, I understand he probably makes the money and providing and stuff like that, but baby, if y'all splitting bills, y'all need to split up the chores in the lifestyle things too, because what you're doing to that poor woman is you're literally wearing her thin. Like, and it's so crazy because you can tell. Go to the gym, you will not see a lot of women at the gym, but the men, because they're not contributing to, while they lifting all these weights, their wife is at home cooking, making sure the kids do their homework, making sure that they go ahead and take a shower, make sure that they have quality time together. And then he comes in with his gym bag, lay it on the floor, go take a shower, come downstairs from taking a shower, sit down, eat his food, go to bed. Now you tell me, is that fair? That's what I meant by we weren't born to be women. I mean, to be a wife or to just be a girlfriend or just to be like, we have our own individual qualities about us. Like these titles that they make women have solely like, oh, what do you mean she went to go get a massage? What about the kids? My ovaries did not only produce this kid, it took a sperm. Oh, where did dad at? So you gonna tell me that the dad can't pick him up while I go and reset myself, while I go and get a massage and unwind? Maybe I want a glass of champagne and have this massage or this masseuse give me a well good hour and 30-minute massage. Why do I have to fit it into the wife category, mother category? Like, why can't I just have a day to myself? And when they're telling me their stories, I'm like, you're more of a single mother than I am. I get tremendous help. And even when I get tremendous help, I'm still like, man, this is a lot. Like, life is heavy. So for you to do all of this, and then don't get me started, then you gotta have butt wild porn star sex. So it's like all of this factoring, and then you gotta get in the room and act out even more. Now you tired. Now he's like, oh, you just doing lazy sex. Baby, let me give you the rundown of why this is late. Of why you getting subpar. I swear to God, fellas, if y'all would literally grab a broom, grab a mop, sweep, mop, wash some dishes, set the clothes, separate the clothes, wash the clothes, take something off from your wife workload of what y'all consider to be the wife chore, baby, whatever hot porn star is right there, baby, they wouldn't be able to touch your wife. Cause okay, anywho, I ain't mean to get off that subject, but I had to pinpoint that out because, baby, us ladies out here, we really suffering. We really suffering, and it has you like thinking like, damn, I remember before I was married, like my life was like this, because that's what they used to tell me. I'm like, wow. You know, just wow. So I'm not gonna do my hair because the simple fact that I'm not going anywhere, y'all. I'm literally gonna wipe this makeup off, eat this dinner that he cooked. Hopefully it's edible, but but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please tell me any more topics that y'all would like me to speak upon, and tell me if y'all don't like my opinion. I need to hear things. I need feedbacks. I need to know, like, was I too mean? Was I too harsh? Was I too lenient? Was I right on some topics, or should I just, you know, tell me, just tell me. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Valentina V.